I spent $60 for 2 hours in the Plaza Premium Lounge in Vancouver. As a vegetarian, I was kind of restricted in terms of what I could eat. It was really nice to get a really comfy seat because obviously outside of the lounge, the seats in the airports typically are not really comfortable. Hi everyone, I'm Leet with Narcity, and I'm about to head to Vancouver International Airport for a flight to Halifax, Nova Scotia. But before I do, I'll be heading to the Plaza Premium Lounge, and I'll be giving the lounge a score out of 5 based on 4 different categories. The first category that I'll be looking at is service. So I'll be looking at if the staff is friendly, welcoming, helpful, and if everybody in the lounge is being taken care of. Then the second one that I'll look at is food and drinks. So I'll see what they offer, if there's something for everybody, and how it compares to the options that are in the rest of the airport too. Then I'll look at the facilities that they offer. What's the lounge like? What services do they offer? And what other features do they have? Then lastly, I'll rate the value of the lounge. So I'll look at how much it costs and if it's worth the money, and also how it compares to what you can get outside of the lounge at the airport too. I was flying with Air Canada and I arrived at a good time ahead of my flight, so luckily everything went really smoothly. There wasn't a super long line at check-in. I dropped my bag off and then I headed through security where there also wasn't a huge line, and I was walking up to the lounge in no time. Walking up to the lounge, it looks very luxurious, which was really cool. And there's a front desk there where you can buy tickets from staff members. You can also buy tickets to have access to the lounge online ahead of time as well. I just bought them right there, and I bought a 2-hour pass for $61. There's also a bunch of different options for passes too. You can do passes for like an amount of visits if you want 5 visits or 10 visits, or you can just do per hour like I did as well. When you first walk in, you walk past the bar and the elevator, and then you walk right into the kitchen and you can see kind of everything that there is in terms of seating areas right there. There is a little bit of a view out that you can see a bit of the runway, but not much because you're looking at windows through the rest of the airport. Once I settled into my seat, I headed for the bar. It was really nice because there was no line. The staff there was very friendly. They had a house wine and beer menu where you could get complimentary drinks. And then they also had a premium menu where you could pay for drinks if you wanted those ones. My usual drink was on the premium menu, which was a little unfortunate, but it was $8, so I decided just to go with a free white wine instead. After that, I went out to check the food options that they had available. It was a buffet style, which was really nice because you could get up and get more food if you wanted. It did have a hot and cold bar, which was quite nice, but there wasn't a ton of vegetarian options. So I ended up just getting the only one available, which was pasta, which was really good. And I settled down with that and a salad and enjoyed my meal. Then I went to check out some of the facilities they had to offer. Unfortunately, a lot of them were closed. There wasn't a shower room or a wellness room available. The bathrooms were pretty typical. They were a little bit nicer than what you would find in the rest of the airport, but pretty small and nothing too luxurious there. I made it to Halifax and I really enjoyed getting to try out the Plaza Premium Lounge in Vancouver. The biggest highlight for me was definitely the staff. Even though it was a really busy day in the lounge, there was tons of employees. All of the staff was very friendly and helpful. They were great about clearing food and drink as soon as you were finished. And overall, I felt really taken care of. So I would give the staff and service a 5 out of 5. As for the food and drink, I actually wasn't that impressed, which is too bad because that's the thing I was excited for most. Typically when I go to an airport, I'm spending a bunch of money on like random cafes and stuff like that to get food and drink before I go for a flight, especially a long flight like Vancouver to Halifax. But I didn't find there was a ton of options at the lounge. So as a vegetarian, I was kind of restricted in terms of what I could eat. And then if you were vegan, the only options that you would have there would be salad. But again, if you're not vegetarian or vegan, the options that were there were pretty good. And it was really good quality food. In terms of drinks, they did have the house wine and beer that you could take for free, which was great. So overall, I would give it a 3 out of 5. As for the facilities and the lounge itself, it was really nice to get a really comfy seat because obviously outside of the lounge, the seats in the airports typically are not really comfortable. Other than that, I found it quite hard to find a seat in the first place. It might have just been the day that I went on. I did it ahead of a long weekend, but I thought it was really, really busy for the amount of space that the lounge had. And then the bathrooms were pretty normal. Like, it wasn't really anything super impressive. I know that some other Plaza Premiums have like massage or like wellness rooms. There wasn't any showers or anything like that available. So in terms of facilities, I was quite disappointed. Nothing really impressed me that much or wowed me. So I would give it a 2 out of 5. As for value overall, which is of course the most important part, if it's worth spending the money to go into this lounge, I think it kind of lacked. I spent $60 for 2 hours in the Plaza Premium Lounge. It was really nice to be able to have a comfy seat, but like I said, it was quite busy. So you were still pretty close to other people. You didn't really get like a private or like luxurious experience for the amount that you're paying. You know, airport food and drink in general is quite expensive. You might be spending like $15 on a drink outside of the lounge and then add food in. So I think it's more worth it to spend that money outside of the lounge and know exactly what you're gonna get, have an array of options to choose from. It's more worth it to me, in my opinion, if you're spending the money anyway, with the lack of other facilities that the Plaza Premium Lounge offered. So I would give the total value a 2 out of 5. Overall, I would give the Plaza Premium Lounge in Vancouver a rating of 3 out of 5. For me, the highlight and what really brought up that rating was the service and the staff there. The service was great. You felt really well taken care of. So if that's something you really value, going there would be great. I don't think I would go back as of right now for the amount that it costs. But if you're looking for just like a comfier seat and you have money to spend, definitely go try it out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Morgan Leet with Narcity.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more content just like this.